Ferroseed Incense Day is the next event in Pokemon Go, and in this video I will be going through all of the event details, including the shiny rates and all of the Pokemon that feature for the event. I'll also be going through some tips, and I'll go through how good the event Pokemon actually are. So the event will be taking place on May 26th between 11 AM and 5 PM local time. Ferroseed will be the featured Pokemon for this event, meaning it will be spawning on your incense more frequently, and you'll have an increased chance of encountering shiny Ferroseed. Historically, for Incense Days, the shiny rate has been around 1 in 125, so not really the best shiny rates when compared with the 1 in 25 for Community Day and the 1 in 10 that we see for Raid Days, Research Days and Hatch Days. But still, it is a lot better than the 1 in 512 shiny rate that Ferroseed normally has. Other than the increased chance to encounter Ferroseed on Incense and the increased shiny rate, daily Incense will also be lasting twice as long for the event, so make sure that you use it after the event begins so you get this bonus. There will also be a 1 Pokecoin bundle in the in-game shop that will get you 1 incense. There will also be grass and steel type incense encounters for the event. For the hours of 11 AM to 12 PM, 1 PM to 2 PM and 3 PM to 4 PM, the following grass type Pokemon will be spawning on Incense: Hisuian Voltorb, Tangela, Hoppip, Petilil, Phantump and Morelull. For the hours of 12 PM to 1 PM, 2 PM to 3 PM and 4 PM to 5 PM, the following steel type Pokemon will be spawning on Incense: Galarian Meowth, Magnemite, Aron, Beldum, Shieldon and Togedemaru. But how good are these event Pokemon? I will be going through that later on in the video, so make sure you stay tuned for that. There will also be event themed field research available to catch grass and steel type Pokemon, which will reward you with Stardust, Pinat Berries, Ultra Balls and Great Balls. And as the Ultra Space Wonders event will be running alongside this event, the wild encounters will be Ekans, Zubat, Tentacool, Koffing, Stunky, Croagunk, Trubbish, Skrelp, Marini and rarely Dratini. And for the raids, in 1-star raids will be Paldean Wooper, Hisuian Quillfish, Hisuian Sneasel, Bagon and Dino. In 3-star raids will be Galarian Weezing, Druddigon and Turtonator. In 5-star raids will be Stakataka if you're on the Eastern Hemisphere and Blacephalon if you're in the Western Hemisphere. And in Mega raids will be Mega Pidgeot. Again, I will be going through the meta relevance of these raid Pokemon later on in the video. But first, what are the tips that can help you make the most of this event? So if you don't have any incense and you don't want to buy any with real money, you can get 1 for 1 Pokecoin in the in-game shop, and you'll also have your daily incense to use as well. With both of these, you will have a total of 90 minutes of incense to use without buying any more. So it is worth looking at the event incense spawns for each types and seeing which hours that you'd rather spend your incense time on. I will be going through how good the incense spawns are later on in the video, so that might help you make a decision on that. If you do decide that you want more incense time and you don't want to buy them with real money, then I recommend trying to prioritize putting Pokemon in gyms on the days leading up to the event, and hopefully you'll be able to get some free Pokecoins from this to buy more incense. You can currently get incense from the in-game shop for 40 Pokecoins, and you can get 8 incense for 250. To get increased Candy, Candy XL and XP, you could Mega Evolve a Steel or a Grass type depending on which Pokemon you want to get more Candy on. For the Grass types, you could Mega Evolve Venusaur, Sceptile, Abomasnow or Revert Groudon, and for the Steel types, you could Mega Evolve Steelix, Scizor or Aggron. So as you need 35 Platinum Medals to level up to level 49 in Pokemon Go, this event will be a great time to work on your Platinum Gardener and Railstaff medals with all of the Grass and Steel type Pokemon spawning for the event. Also, with the Ultra Space Wonders, there are a lot of Poison type spawning, so that'll help you with your Punk Girl Platinum Medal. With the event themed research requiring you to catch Steel and Grass types that will be spawning frequently on Incense, this could be a good time to work on your Pokemon Ranger Platinum Medal as well. With that said, how good are the event Pokemon? So starting with the incense encounters, Ferroseed is actually not a bad spawn because Ferrothorn is currently ranked 80 in the Ultra League with 0, 13, 13 IVs. So not a bad Pokemon to be featured for the event, at least it has some kind of relevance outside of the shiny hunt. We will also be seeing Tangela for the event, and Tangrowth is a top 10 grass type attacker in its shadow form. Hoppip is also a possible incense encounter, and Jumpluff does see some play in the Great League where it is currently ranked 115 with 0, 14, 14 IVs. We also have Phantump, and this is a good spawn for a couple of reasons. Firstly, Trevenant is ranked 48 in the Great League with 0, 15, 15 IVs, and is ranked 45 in the Ultra League with 1, 15, 15 IVs. Also, you can mirror trade Phantump to reduce the candy cost of its evolution to 0. This means if you manage to get a lot of Phantump and you mirror trade a lot of them with somebody, you can then keep a load of these free evolutions in your inventory, then you can evolve them all with a Lucky Egg active during a 2x evolution XP Spotlight Hour. Morelull is also a decent spawn if you need some Stardust, because it is a Stardust boosted Pokemon that will give you 500 Stardust per catch. Galarian Meowth will be spawning, and its evolution Berserker does see some play in the Ultra League where it is currently ranked 143 with 0, 14, 15 IVs. Magnemite is also a good encounter because Magnezone is a strong budget type attacker, so it's always worth trying to get some Magnemite to power up a Magnezone. Aron has some relevance with Mega Aggron being a top 10 steel type attacker and the best steel type Mega currently in the game. Beldum is probably one of the best spawns for this event because Metagross is the second best steel type attacker and it is number 1 in its shadow form, and it also does have a Mega coming at some point in the future which will be even stronger. Metagross is also ranked 52 in the Master League, so a good option for Master League as well. It is worth noting though, to be at its best, Metagross does want Legacy move Meteor Mash, which will require an elite charge TM to get. However, Beldum will most likely have a Community Day Classic at some point in the future where you will be able to evolve Metang into Metagross to get the Legacy move Meteor Mash, so it could be worth waiting to evolve any high IV Beldum you have until this time. Shieldon is also a decent spawn because Bastiodon is one of the best Pokemon in the Great League where it is ranked 15. When it comes to the wild spawns that will be spawning during the event because of the Ultra Space Wonders event, Zubat will be available, and not a bad Pokemon to pick up for Great League where Golbat is ranked 109 with 0, 15, 15 IVs. Likewise, Tentacool is good for Go Battle League because Tentacruel is currently ranked 30 in the Ultra League with 0, 13, 15 IVs. Also, Croagunk will be spawning in the wild, and Toxicroak is ranked 91 in the Ultra League with 0, 15, 12 IVs. Trubbish is always worth catching like more Lullers because it does give 750 Stardust per catch. Skrelp is also spawning, and Dragalge is a decent Pokemon in Go Battle League where it is ranked 118 in the Great League with 0, 15, 13 IVs, and it is also ranked 49 in the Ultra League with 1, 15, 15 IVs. And Mareanie is worth going after not only because it is the newly released shiny for the Ultra Space Wonders event, but also because its evolution Toxapex is ranked 37 in the Ultra League with 0, 15, 15 IVs. Dratini will be a rare wild spawn, but always worth going for because Dragonite is a decent budget dragon type attacker and it is top 10 in its shadow form. It's also ranked 90 in the Great League with 3, 15, 14 IVs. It's ranked 107 in the Ultra League with 0, 13, 15 IVs, and it is ranked 4 in the Master League, so well worth building for the Master League, especially as it is one of the most accessible Pokemon in a higher ranking position, because most of the high ranking Pokemon in the Master League are legendary Pokemon. And for the Pokemon in raids, there will be the option to get Paldean Wooper, and Clodsire is currently ranked 20 in the Great League with 0, 14, 13 IVs, and with the 10, 10, 10 IV floor of raids, you would want to mirror trade it with someone to get a lower attack IV if you want these perfect PvP IVs. If you can't do this though, you could always just wait for it to be in the wild instead of raids where it won't have an IV floor. Hisuian Sneasel could be worth raiding because Sneasler is ranked 63 in the Ultra League with 2, 15, 15 IVs. However, much like Clodsire, it would benefit from a mirror trade to possibly get a lower attack IV. Bagon is also in raids, and Mega Salamence is a top dragon type raid attacker, so definitely not a bad one to go after. Also, Dino will be available, and Hydreigon is a top dark type attacker, and it is ranked 45 in the Master League. Zweilous is also ranked 38 in the Great League with 0, 15, 15 IVs, but again it might be worth going for a Dino from the wild to get a Great League Zweilous. For the 3-star raids, Galarian Weezing could be an option because it is currently ranked 102 in the Ultra League with 8, 15, 15 IVs. Druddigon and Turtonator, however, are only really worth raiding if you need numbers for your dragon type Pokemon court for your Poipole evolution, or if you're shiny hunting them, or if you need them for the decks. Blacephalon and Stakataka will be the 5-star raid bosses depending on your region, and Blacephalon will be a strong fire type raid attacker, and it will be a top 10 ghost type attacker. However, it doesn't seem like it'll have much play in Go Battle League. For Stakataka, however, it doesn't seem like it'll have any meta relevance, so it's not really much of a priority to raid. It is worth picking up for the decks though. And lastly, Mega Pidgeot is a top 10 flying type attacker, and Pidgeot itself is ranked 81 in the Great League, and it is one of the best Pokemon in the Ultra League, being ranked 8 with 15, 15, 15 IVs. And with that said, if you want to know more about the Ultra Space Wonders event that is running alongside Ferroseed Incense Day, then you should check out this video next.